Welcome to Stickiness Factor Part 3. Today I want to talk about building a healthy leadership culture. As you might guess, there's no leadership magic wand you or I can wave to transform anyone into an instant leader. Creating a healthy culture is actually a whole lot more like gardening than microwaving. If you think about it, the microwave makes heating up food nearly instant, but it usually doesn't taste very good. And we like it because it's fast, easy, and convenient. But there's nothing in this world of leadership that is like a microwave. Growing a leader takes time. And the reason why it's so important for organizations to build a leadership culture where everyone is seeking to grow their capacity is because this is how healthy organizations grow their capacity to produce leaders over and over again. It's not a microwave or a magic wand, it's just a healthy leadership culture. Now, over time, when you're faithful to grow a leadership culture, you'll begin to harvest a crop of leaders that to others will look like you have a secret magic wand, or maybe like a leadership microwave. But it's actually no secret. It's just that most people don't want to do the work to get the outcome of a healthy leadership culture. It's your culture that is allowing you to harvest leaders or causing you to complain about the leaders you don't have or that you can't find. If you were to go out and plant a bunch of seeds in the ground today and water them and put them in the sun, it would be pretty exciting to think about all the potential those seeds carry to produce a harvest for you. As a matter of fact, this reminds me of my son Wyatt. When he was little, he saw these tomato seeds and he's like, "Dad, what do these seeds do?" And I was like, "Well, if you plant them in the ground, they can produce a plant." So he said, "Let's do that." And so we went out and we took this little tomato seed and we planted it in the ground and we put water on it. And the next day he went out and he was so disappointed because he's like, "Where's the plant?" See, if you plant a seed and go out the next day and expect fruit, you're going to be disappointed because it's going to look like nothing's happening. But gardeners know that growth takes time. Growth takes resiliency and growth takes patience before you can see the fruit of your labor. When you're faithful to stay with it, you will eventually reap the benefits of a garden of leaders who have the capacity to produce so much fruit for your business. Now, don't get me wrong, it's a lot of work up front to build a healthy leadership culture. But over time, as the roots of those leaders get established, they become increasingly more self-sufficient. So how do you start this kind of leadership culture, you might be asking?
That's a great question.
The truth is that this kind of culture starts with you. You cannot reproduce in others what you have not grown within yourself first. Are you challenging yourself to grow as a leader? Are you reading leadership books or listening to leadership podcasts? Are you seeking to learn from others in your industry or from other leaders who you respect and want to emulate? If you can't say yes to these questions, then that is where you start. An old mentor of mine said, "An organization cannot rise above the constraints of its leader." So what is it that's holding you back? Because that is most likely what's holding your entire organization back. An example, are you afraid of conflict? Then your team will learn to fear conflict because your team is a direct mirror of your leadership journey. See, if you want to grow a leadership culture, you've got to begin with yourself and you've got to begin to try sharing everything you're learning with your team. This is how you start a leadership garden. See, our team is so excited to be working alongside you and laying the groundwork and helping make your leadership soil the best it can possibly be. But ultimately, it's you as the owner who is the gardener. You're the one who has to engage your leaders. You are the one who has to be aware of the challenges your team is facing and help them to overcome them. It's your words of encouragement and insight that are like water for your leaders. And if you are faithful with your own leadership journey and model it to your team, you will see them grow.